Alright, I'm back for the afternoon session, man. Just let's go. Yeah, so before I was trying to create like a color scheme. I don't even have a name for this. I don't know how people call them. So this is, I guess I could say this will be text. My primary text color would be this. Let me call this no, Control Z. I don't know what that is. Add a style, then let me call it green accent 1. You would notice I don't have a new style. Green accent 2. And then I'm gonna go to this. Yo, my computer is breathing hard. Here, and then create new style, call it orange, and then I'm gonna call this main brown. And I feel really bad for not knowing like how to tag my colors, and then I don't know, I'll probably call this gray. But now if I go and I look at how my man I should probably have a black in there too, don't you think? So I'm going to duplicate this, and then it will be first of all let me unlink, and then it would be black, call it solid black. Yeah, so do I want a white in my project? White should be there too, you know. But that's really cool to have that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with my colors. So now for my colors I have super dark green, accent orange, and solid black. And then one way to find out if this actually works, so I don't know what I think they are called variables. When you look at for example him, he has textiles, he has color styles, he's given them different categories. It's like brand slash purple 800. So maybe something I should try. And he also has a bunch of gradients. And then he has effects, styles, navbar shadow, mobile mockup shadow, interesting. And then he has a grid style, 12 column grid. How to view grid. View grid in Figma. Choose the zoom percentage in the top right. Bro, how do you activate that? That's what I'm trying to. Okay, layout grid. Let's see. It's just somehow right there on the thing. Right, so this was web pages. Let me delete this. Delete. So I was inside web pages I wanted to do let me try. So desktop, okay, so I think it's the same as this, right? This is it's 1414 times 866. No, control Z. 1414 times 866. Which is it? Hmm. Why did he choose that? Well, let me just go with this, right? Control Z. So that's maybe when you want to do something within something. So for my thing here, I am going to come in here and then first of all my web pages, I want my background to be darker, so I'm gonna make it much darker than this, just so that I can work in here. Okay, so let's just start. So fine. So it should follow my text styles. Why can't I see it in here? Did I create it in the wrong place? How do you transfer this? I'm so confused, like I thought now that I've created this as my main textiles, I kind of just thought I'm gonna, when I go to like web pages, it will just somehow show up, but it doesn't. So I don't get it. But when I come back here, how did he do it? How did he have? Well, of course, I can't really see it here. Okay, let me just try. Say headline 1. Okay, let's just work. First of all, let's say text. And okay, cool. Huh. Okay, something is it my mouse? Something is not behaving right. Surely that is a strange thing. Is it a bug? Okay, so let me see. Um, So um okay, fine. So let me try this. So let me have about mm, and then I'm gonna have another one here, which will be maybe alright. So So this could be one idea, by the way. So I'm just going to duplicate this because I'm actually just like very proud. One of the things that I'm going to change here is this. So I'm going to hide this rectangle. And then I'm going to bring in the other lady. So let me just get in there and see how would something like this scale. Yeah, that looks okay for me. So one thing that I'm also like learning while I'm looking, and I've just seen this and I thought, what? So the way like he's labeled his stuff, it's like a header menu. Excuse me. Probably the same way I would label my CSS. So I can tell that whoever did this community file, the Landify one, really like already knows, like he knows his stuff. So let me create a button around around here. So let's make a rectangle and make that rectangle orange, and then maybe 30, and now maybe 25, now maybe 17, and then send backwards, and so and then the register JJ. I'm going to bring it here. So that's a button. So this is kind of like hanging. What if I decided that these two images would go down here? So now that I get to think about, this, and maybe okay, I can also take it down a notch. I feel like I have this is one idea. Okay. Alright, so that's one idea. What else? Which other ideas exist? So I'm going to close desktop 1 and desktop 2, and I'm going to keep just messing up around with some ideas. There was the Bible school image, which was also like very cool. So let's duplicate this. Okay. Let's duplicate this and call it desktop 3 now, and we're just going to desktop 3, we're going to hide him and him, and we're going to go to our assets, and we're going to bring in the cool graduation image. What's my favorite one? The new one. Or even the Bible school font. which one did I want to bring in? So for whatever reason, I like this one more. Or I could have something of a like of a slideshow. And then I could create like an ellipse, a very small one here, and then just make that orange too, and then just duplicate it maybe a couple of times. 1, 2, 20, 20. So what's happening? Also here you could have some JavaScript, or I can put this inside a container. That's another idea that I can present my homepage. What other idea could I do? So let's take like desktop 3 and then just put it like here. Or we can stack them above each other. Let's do this. So that's another idea, another direction I could possibly go. Already, I'm not like totally like in love with my designs or whatever. I could also introduce a gradient. Like an orange gradient. So let's try that. Let's not just talk about ideas. Let's actually try them. So I was thinking for desktop 4, I'm totally going to hide this ellipsis. And then I'm going to go to the background, and instead of being a fill, I'm going to bring like a linear gradient. And then here I'm going to have like an orange, and then I'm going to let it come like this, but then I'm going to kill it a little bit. Maybe I should bring it more like that, just so that I can and then I'm going to bring, and then so that's that. Then I'm gonna bring it Madame Francisca's graduation picture. Control C. Web pages. Control V. Let's zoom out. Just so we can be able to have a big image like that. Let's jump in the and just like take it down. So yeah, it's beginning to like to come up really nicely. I'm beginning to think that okay, so this not necessarily bad designs. The designs that can keep on evolving, and I can keep on experimenting with, like the desktop. And so the first one, let me critique it. The thing about design is I don't always know, man. Me, I'm always just tweaking. The first one is trying to use like shapes, and so this shape and this student. So the next one doesn't have any shapes. The shape has some color to bring some contrast in the page. The next one has contrast with the orange, but has a few pictures with JavaScript. This should probably move to until here. Yeah, I should probably take this down. Maybe, yeah, maybe here, so that it can be matching this invincible grid. So this is the third idea. And then the fourth idea is a simple background with gradient and a person. We could start from there. So um, ideally we're choosing like blocks of ideas, because when we make the CSS out of it, we're going to use Flexbox. And I wonder if I can activate like grids already. I'll just use my eyes for now. Yeah, let me go to back to Dribble and see what I liked. I was looking at this. Agency website. All right, so there's more like of a word here, and then of like a paragraph here before the call to action. So yeah, that could also be something I can consider. Um, Landing page design. Mm, like this one. Yeah, something, and then the call to action. Um, yeah, let's try that. Let's get a something before the call to action. I wonder what it would be. And so I'm going to use a small label, maybe medium, and then I would say um get accredited degrees and diplomas in theology and Christian studies. So I'm kind of saying that this doesn't work, so let's go with large label, right? And then register today. So that kind of so that's a good what do you call it? That's a good so let me just pause from there, because I'm so excited. I have nothing else to say, and I could just kind of sit here, and I'm going to like pixel peep. Alright, so let's just pause for a minute. Alright, I've taken my small bathroom break. I wanna pick this design and like keep messing with it a little bit more. I also want to use like all the 4 images I was building from before. So say I'm going to duplicate this. But now this time I will let this orange gradient stay, but I will use all 4 images. So let me just zoom in. And so I think I'll use green. Let me find some rectangles. So I'm going to use some squares. So let me use a bunch of squares. So like for example, I would go with like this light green shade, and then something like 25, and then I'm going to activate. I'll activate this. Okay, select him and I'll make him tiny like this. Bring forward, bring to front somewhere here. Okay, and then let me go back and like duplicate this. And then I will. Who am I gonna activate now? And I have him. Yes. I find another one. Who? Her. So I'm gonna get her too. And then I'm gonna work on so then I'm going to cool. I've learned that shortcut now. I'm going to be using it. And then that maybe I'll just no. So let me again duplicate this triangle, bring it here, and then duplicate it again and bring it here. And then I'm going to have the other lady. I forget where she was. Here she is. Yeah, and then so I'm just going to bring her forward first. Cool. And then I'm going to have her in one of these, maybe here. Her image is a little bit taller. So yeah, let's start from there. And then the new one that I haven't used at all, it's in the assets folder. So I'll go Control C and then come back to web pages and then go Control V, and then I'm going to just make him small, and then we're going to dump him here. Just make sure we're controlling a lot of the sizes. I might want to crop him. I don't mind. So let me see how do I crop. I'll go to this image and then let's see image. Is there a crop? An image. Oh yeah, I can crop with the control. Cool. So let me try and look at these rectangles. Maybe. So yeah, that's cool. Let me take him and take him lower, like that much lower. Let me take her and I'm going to crop her a little bit. Until like she totally fits in that frame, which is like really hard for her. I'm now learning. And yeah, so we have so I wish I had a green one. If I had a green, like a diploma, yeah, it would start making a lot of sense. So I also like this one. Let me add something like an arrow here, and here I'm gonna come here and just like create a small arrow and make sure it's it's the dark green arrow. Cool. So far, I mean, this looks good. I wish it wasn't so far on the right. So I mean, yeah, that's a good one. I like those 4 ideas. I don't know which one I like most, but at least we could say that I have a gist or an idea of the way I could take um one of my main desktops. And so if I were to create, I don't know how I would call them, probably call them headers. So I have 5 headers here. First one, second one, third one, and fourth one. And I think probably I like the fourth one more. How when I zoom out, it looks a little bit thought out and looks a little bit interesting. I'd be curious to see how much further I could explore this. Maybe another one I could say, if would be online classes. So this one is not yeah, so one of my issues now with is how much space should be between all of them, and it should be fairly consistent. There shouldn't be like a very big space between about and contact. But in fact, I think even contact should be at the end. So let's bring in courses, then online classes, then contact, then load. So the problem is all of them don't match. learning on the job. Yeah, I wonder if I changed the colors of this green. But now you see I'm already introducing my green early on. But I'm just curious, what if I say that cool. So yeah, I mean I have so what I just need here is like a logo type for desktop 5, and I'll be good to go for my landing page. Okay, so let's keep on studying this landing page. In my sandbox, when I was creating, trying to learn about the next thing. So the next part would be this. Benefits of joining Bungoma Bible School. It's what was the first thing I had thought of bringing up was benefits of joining Bungoma Bible School, and this is 1440 by 536. So 1440 by 536. So let's go back and create a new one, frame, and call it 1440 by 536. Cool. So we're going to call this frame what was I calling it? Benefits 1. So it's benefits. Yeah, so probably should also have that dash. Cool. And let's jump in there and just see what we can. So I'm beginning to wear out, and it's killing me. It's killing me, bro. Whew. Let's see how far I've come. Can I take a short break, or I should keep going? Let me take a short break. Just a short break, then I'll keep going. Alright, so I don't even know if I can see myself. Though I have a very cool story, man. 2 years ago, I broke my computer trying to set up this standing. Let me just use this, but now I broke my computer trying to set up this standing workspace, and I was so heartbroken for a long time, actually for a bunch of months. I kept regretting why I had got this thing that could allow me to prop up my computer on a desk, on top of my desk, and I could work standing. But I left it here for a while and it dropped, and I've never forgiven myself for doing that. Yeah, but then I was tired, and then I thought to myself, like, what would a real startup engineer do? And that is, man, a real startup engineer would find a way to work. And so this is my way to work. Sun coming in. Another idea that I thought about, I wonder why I haven't brought in the image of the school. So maybe I could take desktop 5. Now I'm surprisingly even faster with this. So that's the only problem is now. Oh, cool, trackpad. Let's go, baby. So what I could do is I can create. Let me hide all of this. So maybe who knows if it would fit. So let's go to assets, then bring in the, should I bring in this one? Nah, let me bring the main one, this one. Control C, let's go back to web pages, and then let's paste it here, and then let's zoom out, let's take it out, and then just make sure we make it small enough. Then let's zoom back in with the trackpad, and then let's take this and bring it here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this rectangle, and I'm going to bring it in here, and I'm probably going to make it still bigger. And then I'm just going to see, maybe I can crop it a little bit on this side, so it's a strange crop, but a crop all the same. And then yeah, maybe now I can make my edges. And I like this. I actually like this. This looks good. The blue is contrasty enough, and yeah, so that's a good one. I could use that. Okay, so I have how about if I decided for desktop 6 and my linear gradient, I probably pick a different color, like my greens, or an even brighter green. Yeah, so yeah, let me do that for my linear gradient, and I actually like it. I like it, man. I like raising, equipping, and sending ministers of the gospel. Maybe I can just bring this up a notch. Maybe it will be maybe too high, but it could all start from there. And then yeah, that's my son being my son. Yeah, so man, this could work beautifully. Okay, so now I have a bunch of home pages. The thing that I'm learning is that I can make this, given the tools. I can make this, and I can keep reimagining it, and I can come back later and critique it, or I can bring in someone else who can give me their fresh eyes. All right, so now let's move on to benefits. So I think benefits would be cool to talk about here on Figma. But then I don't know which benefits I would include, and that's why I took a moment. But then I told myself, man, if I was a startup founder, uh, and I have to ship my thing, I'm just gonna have to like all right, okay. So we could start with, let me go back to my Landify, and it seems to me that this is H2. Yeah, so this is H2. So let's go back to here. Let's go to text, and so let's pick H2. And then H2, and then the color would be so it will be benefits of joining Goma Bible School. And so what I could probably do is I could I could make it like this. Bring it in here. I wish I had a grid for benefit 1, but then I don't think I have a grid. Yeah, actually I do. Let's see. I have a 10 pixel grid. So let me use 12, and then okay, cool. So let me align this here, or yeah, here. It makes a lot of sense. I wish I 12 column grid or 8 column. Let me try 8 and see the difference with 8. Now let me work with 12. Alright, so I have a 12 column grid here. Benefits of joining Bungoma Bible School. What can I say, man? Let me just go back and copy this. Or I could go back to the blocks and see what he has. So where was it? I think it was like feature multiple 1. But I don't know how to talk about it, so I'm really frustrated now. I wish I had a good copy done. So let me just write a bunch of things. So what is this? Heading H5. So let me create a text box here, and then I'm going to make it body 1, and then for body 1 I'm going to lorem ipsum. Oh, I thought there's like a lorem ipsum generator here. Do color amit Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. And then I'm going to Control C this, Control V here. Then I'm just going to pick it and have it like here maybe. Yeah, so now when using this grid I'm starting to fail because maybe I should have started here too, and then when I start this one from here and I Control V, Control A, just take this one and maybe have it here. So let me compress this. Let me compress this, and Cool. So my only problem now would be to just take it a little bit lower, and then to come back here on my benefit one and maybe hide my grid and see what I got. So yeah, that is close to what I can have there. Another thing, maybe I can launch Notion, or I can start talking just in here. I want to talk about benefits and which other ways can I show benefits. I could use images, or so one of the benefits, let me just go back, is that accredited diplomas and degrees, and then what else could be? So how can a school mention its benefits? Maybe we could say we have a I don't know, maybe I can just say we have so let me remove we have and just start with over. And then I could say alumni, so actually I really don't like this thing. So let me just move this slightly towards so I can start making sense. Alright, so yeah, there's one way we can talk about it. I hope this is in body. So that's one way to can talk about it. So we have over 30 years of service, accredited diplomas and degrees, and vibrant alumni. So I'm going to copy this, and so I'm gonna have my background be my gray, now this is my fill. I think it's this one. And so maybe I'm going to have maybe my light blue, and then this will be my heading 5. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm back to making it. I had given up. I wanted to take a break, but look at me putting in the time. putting in the time, just thinking about how I could change and talk about this. So one of the things, maybe I can go back to styles and build. Now that I have type, maybe I can think about icons and like how is my iconography going to be. And that is also something else that I could explore throughout this process. What are some icons that I love, and how can I bring them in? Because if you got something like this design system, he totally has the colors, he has the grid. He's using 1, 2, 3, 4. He's using a 12 column grid, and actually he's arranging according to the grid. But no, right now I don't really think a grid is important, considering now like a lot of design has to be responsive anyways. So I mean, I guess a grid is good when you're designing. It gives you places to think about, and so maybe I could just use it to like place things pixel perfectly. All right, so here are some icons. Let's move in and see. These icons are pretty nice. It's pretty sweet. Softies mini icon set, and these icons are pretty sweet. Let's look at Landify's icons. He has them in styles, in components, I think. Yeah, so he has a bunch of icons. Here are his icons. Social icons, and then feature icons. I think he's built these icons himself. So he has social icons, and then he has essentials. Yeah, this is cool. I didn't know there's essential icons. So does he label this? Oh, he does. He does label them. Okay. Elements. He has a bunch of elements. He has menu item. Menu item. He has a slider control. I was thinking about this idea. And then a list item. Also has illustrations. I wonder if I would use illustrations. Well, maybe not really. And then immediately he would go into buttons. So he has created buttons, and he has a small button, medium button, large button, 66 by 28, 100 by 40. I wonder if my what is my excuse me. 182 by 63. That's just a random number I've imagined. I think I need to work with him, like 196 by 62 type thing. One 96 62 62. So now that's a large button. Yeah, we learn something new every day, man. And then so this is responsible, so responsive for auto layout. And then he also has a bunch of mockups. And then he has a project card. All of this that he gets to bring in. So I'm also learning that when you're using Figma, you want to give yourself permission to just build inside Figma, and to build like a lot of these things inside Figma, such that now you can always just be pulling from within your page. Here's a counter, he has steps. Oh, he has a bunch of screens too, mockups. That I guess he could, and he has named all of them. Laptop, MacBook Pro. I wonder if what happens when you open it. He has a screen, which is so cool. That is so cool. So I'm thinking then, section heading, what is this? Okay, I don't know about this now. So I'm just learning so much from this design system. Let me see if I can get another design system that so what has happened is that I'm now really like unashamed to just explore. Let's check this one out. Oh, I think one of the strange things that I'm finding when working now is you tell yourself that you're going to give yourself the effort. I don't know if I have no more internet. Give yourself the permission to like really like have effort. I'm likely out of internet. I'm gonna pause for a little while. Yeah, out of internet. Let me pause. Alright, I'm back with some internet. Try again. Alright, I hope my computer is connected. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe I could go to my profile and bring in a bunch of icons just like from within Figma instead of you know what, let me close this. Because I had downloaded the social media icons from the community. There's so much just like stuff on the internet, and I think like the difference between people who make stuff and people who don't is effort. Come on, man. I thought I was on Wi-Fi. So let's go with this 10 icon packs from the Figma community. I was saying it's just effort. Even like why I'm telling it about effort is because like you just have to try and just go a little bit longer because it's just so tough to keep making things. Especially after like you've hit UX Collective usually has a paywall. Magic, this one isn't behind a paywall. Actually I follow UX Collective on Medium, but like often always behind a paywall. So there's remix icons. I was using remix icons on for CSS, 3,000 plus icons. Somebody made this. Fluent icons. Maybe doodle icons. These are cool ones. 3D icons. View sucks. Teensy flags. Teensy. Memojis. I know this one. Vivid. That's fun. Yeah, so let me just go find remix. I'll go find remix on Okay, am I going to read this all over again? Did I ever go through this? I think I did. I even found out he sells like the complete kit. Which would have been really cool if I so let me go to the community and then look for remix icons. So there's one with 14K. Duplicates, and another one with 10K. Which one do I want? So let's look at this. So let me duplicate this. And then should I just like copy from one icon set to my folder? I think I need another coffee, man, so that I can keep going, I can keep pushing, and I can say I've worked the whole day. That will be pretty impressive for me. Wow. If I use remix icons, then I totally know where I can get them, like when I'm doing CSS. So logos, cool, has so much stuff. I just got my coffee, man. I'm good to resume. What can I do? Okay, I have no ideas, so I'm just going to leave this one out. Do I really not have ideas? I'm just saying. Alright, so the first part. Alright, we're going to testimonial 1. 1440 by 596. Alright. So I'm going to call this testimonial 1. Right, cool. So in testimonial 1, we're going to have the color as a what can I do? Right. So I'm going to bring in a testimonial from like our co-director and our founder. And those ones are in a different folder, by the way. They are in images. I think I'll choose one with a suit, or maybe I could just go with the one not with a suit. Why? The reason why is so it can be appealing to younger people. Let me just close this one. Appealing to younger people. But a suit is nice. A suit is respectful. Do I have okay, so this throws me into like a whole other place now. If I want to say like a pastor's image in where I have to bring back this hard disk that I've just removed. Those ones a long time ago. A graduation that we attended. So let's see if there's anything there. It's going to be tough to find it. Okay, so I only need like one real picture. Oh, it's unfortunate I have none. You know, just trust. I have this. Right, so let's open up Photoshop. Okay, let's open up Photoshop. Oh, it's already open. Oh, I was still working in there. Interesting. Let's grab this. I like this one, so I'm going to start with this and see how far like I can really like stretch this image. So Control J, I'm going to hide this one. I'm going to duplicate it twice just in case I really ruin this one. And we're going to go into this normal adjustments and go into the curves, and we're going to like really try and bring out the shadows. Okay. And that looks like it's working. And so okay, I just raise it up a little bit. So what usually happens, when you raise your image like this, you start getting scared that it's going to break somewhere. Alright, so let me start with that. So I'm going to again go into the adjustments, and I'm going to use now my levels. Then I'm going to try and open it up a little bit more, but also just like have cool. So I'm going to try and just like really look at this image. Is it a sharp image? So not really a sharp image, so that's a problem. Filter and sharp mask. Sharpen. Let's get an unsharp mask in here. How much do you want to sharpen this image? Yeah, that much, I guess. Like a crazy sharpen. Let's try and apply that sharpen again. So now it's significantly sharper, is it? Okay, so now we're going to, I still feel like there's a lot of dark spots here, so we might just go ahead and dodge this area like so. All right, and it's opening up real nice. I like that. I like the way it's opening. Let me just increase the exposure a little bit by like 10, and then go back to dodging the place. Okay. All right, so now I will apply some vibrancy in the image. Like I think that's good vibrance. It pops, the reds pop, but then I want to and then I'll Control J it. So now I'm going to try and make it just slightly warmer. Adjustment, tint, photo filter. I'm going to just warm it a little bit. Yeah, I think 25% is good enough for me. Okay, so now when we look at these two images, you could see this one is slightly warmer and things are looking really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Control J now, and then I'm going to hide the rest of this in a group, and then this group will be hidden. So now I'm going to now just edit this image. I wish it was sharper than this. So let me Control F one more time. Oops, nope. Control F. Oh no, man. Select. Oh, okay. I mean filter. Alt Control F. Yeah, let me Alt Control F one more time just to make it a little bit sharper. So now I'm going to take my magic wand tool and see if it can assume and it can help me. I think this image isn't so hard. So until there, that's where we're having a problem. But down here, I can trust that the magic wand tool will do the thing. Delete. Oh no, man. Control D. Okay, fine, no problem. This was no pressure. I'm rather getting good at this. So I'm having a feeling that maybe the smiling picture is not so nice. I should have found one that wasn't so smiley. Also, this goes to show, by the ones I've started problem solving like this, now my psych has come back. I was like bored. I wanted to give up. I sent out a tweet that sometimes you just have to like rise your inner startup founder, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna save both images, and it will be good, man. When I started learning Photoshop and learning graphic design, I used to just do this with my finger and my trackpad, and one would just go. I could be going hard. And so now it's 10 years down the line. I was saying the other video that I'm not even famous anymore. That's like a crazy thing. And not anymore, like not yet famous. I like this standing workflow. It's good for my energy. I was just like so done. I think I wanted to go take a walk. Can you imagine that I wanted to go take a walk? And then I was asking myself, now, what will my walk bring? You know, instead of taking a walk for 45 minutes, why don't I just stand here? I'm still getting the benefit of feeling like I'm active and getting work done. Also, it's been 2 years since I've put up this thing after I crashed my computer. That was crazy. But I'm feeling the vibes, bro. I'm feeling the vibes. At the back of my mind, I keep telling myself that if I can just stretch a little bit longer, I could legit make this thing. I could either make it on like Elementor, or I could prepare this design for code, and I could code the thing. But coding the thing would again take me a bunch of hours just to code a landing page, because it's like one of my first projects. But you know, it's different now. I'm better, more committed, and then the thing is, I am aware that if I just stuck it out, I'll figure it out. See, that's the difference between like before me and the now me. I am very aware that if I just stuck it out, I'll figure it out. That I probably don't need so much. I just need to stick it out. Because you see, if I stick it out, I will have like a MVP by the end of the process. I don't even have to be like the best coder in the world, but I will have something at the end of the process. If like I freak out and just start watching tutorials or get deep in comparison land, again, I don't have something that I've shipped at the end of the day. So these are new lessons that I'm learning and telling myself, just to learn to ship no matter what. You know, I felt, say if I was a software engineer, the thing that I keep trying to get good at, and I'm supposed to like write an entire back end. See, the thing about writing a back end is that it requires your effort. It requires that you get stuck by the computer and you do the thing. You know? Oh, man. Hello. Poa mambo. Empatia. Hapana, mpe pesa ya zote tu. Nilikuwa nimwambia nichukulie. Sawa. So yeah, I almost cut my recording. Like I want to make today count because today I never went to the shop. I stayed back to try and finish this Bungoma Bible School website, and then we need to launch it. I need to make some videos and upload. And I've decided that man, I'm just going to try and ship this thing. Even if it's incomplete, I'm gonna try and ship it. Yesterday night I was looking at Elementor, and then I wanted to buy it immediately, and then I figured I still would need to know what I'm going to make with Elementor. So I still have to like build the UI, the interface. Because if you don't, again, it's coming up good. So let me go this way. The thing about, and that's why I can understand how Ransegal is building his Webflow series, his business, and it's working. Because if you're a designer, man, you could like make money making websites, and you don't have to know how to code because there are like no code tools, and you could just like be in business. Why that is interesting is because now if you can do it, you go and learn different skills. Oh man, like if you could probably just design a website and you could deploy it using Webflow or Elementor or Divi, then you can go learn sales and manage like a web development shop, instead of saying that I'm going to build everything from scratch, which actually is better. But what if you don't know? What if you don't have the skills to build everything from scratch? Should your life stop? Should you never make any money in the world until the day you learn? Absolutely not, brother. Absolutely not, brother. We all need to find a way to eat and feed our families so that we can enjoy this creative journey. Because now again, if we don't, things get hard. We hit the grind. And you know how easy it is to hit this thing. It's so easy. You just if you want to hit this thing, you just have to like make no money, and whoop, you hit it very quickly. So let me try. No. Okay, not so bad. Let's try and see if nah. How about here? Tough luck business. This trick of recording my screen. Computer is lagging now. It's feeling the pain. Of working on Photoshop and recording the screen. I used to want the other year, to be doing this every day. But then this life, I have other responsibilities apart from this. But I really wanted to experiment with like full-time freelancer or digital creative. I still think it's an interesting place, my friend. You see, I didn't actually do it well. Control D, not Control S. One of the things, if I said I'm going to be freelancing and taking like Upwork projects, I would still have to like deliver that job like within time and within budget. You understand? Like I would still have to like do the crazy grind of staying on the computer all day, maybe all night sometimes. I can do this sprint. And maybe that's why even those people are looking for freelancers to do this work, because they can probably do the things they don't like to do. I'm purposeful about like just making so much content this year. Man, you know what I'm going to do? Well, it don't make sense. I thought I've been doing like so this will be my third 2 hour sprint. This time I'll actually go for longer. I don't know. But I was thinking, if I, for example, could merge all my daily sprints into one long video, you know. All right, shoop peru, delete, Control D. So that looks good. So let me save this as a so from John. So I'm going to save it on my desktop. Zama is up. That's my wife out there going to save the day. I wonder all right. Okay, so I got something here, and I want to bring it here now. As my wife goes to the sun. But my computer's feeling the pain of Photoshop Figma. Alright, so seems everything is slow now. Let me just wait, because I'm not willing to stop working. Okay. Okay, cool. Sometimes you have just gotta wait, man. So I'm gonna first bring this one here. I still need to optimize these images later on. And I think that's the one thing you learn about getting into production now. I've been studying websites for a while. It would be cool to be known as like the websites guy. So now let me bring this one in. I should also rename all of them, by the way, just for SEO, and these are like small best practices that people should know. So it helps. Okay, what am I doing wrong, brother? Please tell me. Why are you so slow? And we've been learning Figma and executing on Figma. It really is a beautiful thing. Control C. Let's go to web pages. And then let's Control V. And then it's alright. In fact, let me crop it. Let me crop until maybe here and here. And look at this. These are skills, brother. So now let's so now let's come in here and this is cool. So now I'm going to just reduce it or increase it, I don't know, but I'm going to have maybe I should have made this brown. How about if I made it brown? Nah, I can't make it brown. So in my UI kit, so I'm just make it just slightly saturated. I don't like that. So we can say let me just let me remove this first. Comp will hang a little bit. Over 5 students in the last has 33 years and over 100 church plants from the members of the regions of the or maybe I should say something different. I don't know. Control C, Control V, Control V. And then you can go like try capitalize. So that was one of my ideas, but of course let's see how we can flip it now. Let's go to testimonial 2. So one of the things I'm going to try is to have my green now. Actually, for the entire thing, I'm going to have my green accent, but it's not probably what I anticipated, so I don't like it anymore. But let me go with my green accent anyways. Another idea could be I could have it in a text in a colored box. So I'm going to try and bring this on this side, and then this on this side. But I'm going to create like a bubble, like a speech bubble here. So let's create that rectangle here, and we're going to grant it our normal gray, which is like our normal gray. Then we're going to send back and then we're going to make it like 20. And so that's good. Yeah, so now when we have that, brings a little bit of contrast to that image. I wonder if I flipped the color instead, what would I get? So that means I take testimonial 4, I make sure it's selected, and go back to gray as my background, and then for my rectangle I go to that fancy color. It's still so boring, but I bet there are other ways of doing it. Now, what if I had some type of gradient in there? By the way, let me just make sure this testimonial 2 is well aligned. This testimonial 3 is well aligned, and now testimonial 4 also like well aligned. I'll just see to that. So that looks good. It looks very now professional. So when I leave testimonial 4, according to my UI kit, I have to go to traction. Alright, so this one is like 1440 by 332. Right, so now I'm going to create a new one called 332, and I'm going to call it traction 1. Right, so now we have traction. So for traction, I would love to show what we've done in traction, and just because I'm very lazy and I want to find, so how did I call this? How it works? Do you have a how it works segment? What I'm learning through this process is that it's hard, but making decisions is key. You've got to make a decision, anything. One of the divs, there's like a bunch of divs. When I'm this, I'm just thinking about the CSS and how the divs will be behaving and how it can work in and how it could probably work in a responsive setup. And plus it has to be like massively responsive. Traction. What if testimonial 4? Na 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 na. Contrast. Whoa, what was that? Flip horizontal. Yikes. But even like this clean and simple design, it makes me think about like how the divs could be simple layout. So this I don't consider this designs like very good and clean, but that's the reason for MVP, bro. Traction. As you can see, I get to have more ideas the more time goes, and that's a solid thing, man. For traction, I have no idea what to say here. They say what? What can I say, man? I think I should have maybe I could bring. Maybe I could talk about Northwestern University here. And that's something I've actually been wanting to do to go get their logo. So I should really have them somewhere on my landing page. Yeah, I'm gonna pause from here a little bit.